said it before, and I'll say it again. We love supportive parents on this channel because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you love supportive parents? Because they're very important. And to be fair, this kind of energy of, well, listen, if you're not cis and straight, then don't act like you are. And if anyone has a problem with it, I'ma fight some people at this family event. And to be fair, I love your mom. She sounds great. Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing some QueerTok talk. Because it's still Pride Month, and why wouldn't we? So anyways, you know the deal. Before we continue, y'all gotta get hydrated. So grab some water, or some tea, or whatever else you like to drink, and then we'll continue. Are you hydrated? Good. Let's go.
So I was talking to a girl I work with and I was like, don't make me smack the fuck out of you. I used to be a woman. I'm allowed. Which is not how that works in the slightest. And from across the fucking restaurant, I see straight man pop up from behind a booth that I did not know he was behind. So that was already funny as fuck. But his head pops the fuck up out of nowhere and he starts going, I'm sorry, you picked your side. And I'm already wheezing. I'm already laughing. And he just keeps going. He's going, nah. You're a white man now. You're a white man. You chose to be a white man. You gotta act like a white man, bro. And I'm laughing so hard that I'm like on the ground. Like I am now sitting actively on the ground of this restaurant. We are front of house. And he has come over to me and is now like leaning over me. You chose this. You picked your side. You wanted to be a white man so damn bad and now you gotta act like it, motherfucker. Real fucking Jesus, tears are streaming down my face. This man is screaming at me that I chose my side and I gotta act like it. Eventually he walks away from me and I'm like trying to collect myself. He comes back around, he looks at me, he goes, don't you have a job to do? Motherfucker.
What is with these people? Like, this is not the worst type of people we've talked about on this channel. This is, like, weirdly supportive somehow. Because he's like, bro. He doesn't really get it. Because he doesn't really get that you didn't just, like, wake up and decide it. Or, like, actively chose to be a man. Like, sure, you chose to honor what you feel like and you chose to pursue medical transition so that people now perceive you as a man. That was a choice. The actual being trans itself wasn't. So he's a little confused. But I kinda love it. Like his heart was in the right place, his mind was just a little absent, because he was like, no. You can't threaten women with violence. You cannot do that. Totally not getting that you were just like joking about it with your coworker who knew that you were joking and that you wouldn't. You know, because like making violence jokes with random people is weird, but kind of doing it in a sort of joking way with a coworker where you know how they're gonna take it, fine. So his heart was really in the right place, I think, but his mind kind of wasn't.
Shout out to all the queer people that aren't visibly queer. I'm a non-binary person and I don't have a septum piercing. And I'm not the only one. There are dozens of us. Just because your schnoz is still on the factory default setting doesn't mean you have to exist within the gender binary. You don't even need multicolored hair, or a Pokemon tattoo, or a name containing the letters X, Y, or Z. All that matters is that you're being true to yourself and that you like pictures of frogs wearing human clothes. So, to all members of the L+ community, happy Pride.
I don't know. I feel like generally liking frogs and thinking frogs are cool would already qualify, but is liking frogs in human clothes or like pictures or paintings of frogs in human clothes really the deciding factor here? To be fair, it makes just as much sense as any other arbitrary rule people make up about gender, so I'm not really coming for it. Because at least yours is creative. It's not, well, you like pink, so you have to be a girl. You know, it's at least more creative than that, so I'm not coming for it really, but yeah, listen. It doesn't really matter what your gender is or what your orientation is. People will have expectations and none of them make sense, and you don't have to do anything. You can be gay, you can be any sexual or romantic orientation, you can be non-binary, you can be a trans man, a trans woman, it really doesn't matter. You can be a cis man and a cis woman and not give a shit about arbitrary rules other people make up of what you should or shouldn't be. If you like multicolored hair, or dyeing your hair crazy colors, or getting septum piercings, or any kind of tattoo, sure, go ahead. It doesn't really mean too much about your orientation. So, yeah. I mean, listen, I kind of get why people want to be visibly queer, but if you don't, or if it just feels more authentic or comfortable to you to be in factory settings, basically, who cares? If that feels good to you, then do that.
There are 300 comments on that video talking about how proud they are that we're dating. Me and my lesbian best friend are dating. And I just want to reiterate the fact that I said lesbian plus gay equals straight couple, traveling tip if you want to feel safe, girlies. We were pretending to be straight because we didn't want to get hate crimed on Pride Month. And on Pride Month, when I posted this, people decided to take that as, yes, we are two gay people, for some reason, have found each other and become straight and developed a straight relationship. Now, if we were pansexual or bisexual, that would make sense, but that's not what the video said. It said gay and lesbian. So people, put two and two together. Don't be dumb. Please, on Pride Month at least.
Like, generally, why would you? Like, I don't care, really, if it's Pride Month or not. Like, that, how did it make sense in your head? To be like, well, a gay man and a lesbian dating, to form a straight relationship makes perfect sense. Like, what went through your head to come to that conclusion? Because, yeah, in some places, like, if you really want to go to that place, because you really always wanted to visit it, and it might not be safe for queer people, then yeah, trying your hardest to seem straight passing, like pretending to be in a fake relationship with someone, seems fair. Like, it's sad that you need to do this, obviously, but it seems fair. But at the same time, why are people coming to this kind of conclusion?
So I'm fast approaching 8 months on low-dose testosterone, and I have run into an unexpected obstacle. I am a live performer, and I like to attend live performances, and when I attend live performances, I like to cheer as loud as I can. A fact about me that I didn't really appreciate is that I am apparently a woo guy, and I will woo as loudly and as high-pitchedly as possible. And you'll never guess how I figured out I can't do that anymore. That's right, by doing it. Woo! Woo! Yes! So now I've just been sort of experimenting and trying to figure out how to woo in a gender-affirming way. Hooray! Woo-hoo! Good performance, excellent work. I usually try not to ask too many things of cis men, but, cis men, how do you woo?
Yeah, the moment that realization hits of like, oh, I can't do that with my voice anymore. And it can take a while to kind of get used to it, because I guess you've just been doing this for years. Like, you've always loved attending live performances, and you were always wooing, but now you can't anymore. So yeah, honestly, trying to get helpful tips on how people who have low voices naturally do this seems entirely fair. Like, I know you didn't even really necessarily have to ask cis men. You could have also asked other trans-masc people, or people who are on testosterone in general. Maybe even ask trans women, because as shitty as it still is, estrogen doesn't actually change your voice back, so they maybe still know. They probably had to do it the other way around, kind of had to learn how to do the voice training and the high-pitched if they wanted to, you know? So you didn't necessarily have to ask cis men, but I'm kind of hoping there were some helpful responses.
Number 44. Woo! 44, that's me! Get some coke, cuz. Get some coke.
Ah yes, the sophisticated person you ended up with. But listen, who cares if they're sophisticated or not? If they match your energy, and you love them and they love you, does it actually matter? Because, like, that's kind of the thing. Like, even, I don't get it. Like, as a parent, of course you have certain expectations and you kind of picture your child's life, what it would be like. But I don't get being so pressed about it if it doesn't match your expectation what they actually end up doing. Like, if you meet someone and it's like, hey, I'm kind of thinking that's right. They probably have a husband, right? Like, she's a pretty girl. Like, I'm sure she has a boyfriend or something. And then she's like, oh, well, actually I have a girlfriend. And you end up being so pressed about it. Why? Just why? These two obviously are happy together. Which seems more important to me somehow, that people are happy together and doing well together versus, oh, but it's a man and a woman. It's how it's supposed to be. Who gives a shit? Seriously. As fair as it seems, I'm afraid to tell you, and I think you know this, a lot of people will not get it. Because people like pulling the, oh, is feminine is probably a woman, and is masculine is probably a man, and not catch on, you know. But at the end of the day, if you look at your fit in the mirror, and you feel like it's giving femme in the twink way, that's kind of all that matters. Like, literally, other people can be hard to deal with. Because they like pushing their expectations onto you, but you do not have to take that on. So if they think you're femming in a girly way, who cares? Their perception literally doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. And at the same time, I would not look at you and be like, oh yes, that's femme girly girl pop. No, just, I wouldn't. But then again, even if I did, it wouldn't matter. But still, I would generally still be confused by people who look at you and go, ah yes, girly girl. Why? No, I don't get it. I don't see it.
An extra long weekend. What was that? Did you just say pride sucks? Did you come to my fucking show and just say that pride sucks? Are you fucking stupid? Ridiculous. You got nothing nice to say, shut up, alright?
If you have nothing nice to say, shut up. I can't actually take that advice because I do have some unnice thing to say about people, but that's because they're being judgmental about other people's lives versus just minding their own business. Which kind of makes it my business. Like, if you want to come anywhere and just hate on other people for being who they are, that seems weird. And don't come for your right to be an asshole, because just no. Just no. You don't get to just try to tear other people down. That's just a no for me. You know? So I really, if you literally just bought tickets to someone, like, it's funny, like, Adele isn't even queer. Is she? Did I miss something? I might have missed something, I don't know, but I don't think she is. But just, like, imagine buying tickets to someone's show just to shit talk them, or shit talk a group of people they support or they're part of. Like, even if she is queer, just to come there and be like, yeah, no, pride sucks, queer people suck. Like, what's the point? Literally, what's the point?
Today I was talking to my friend and she said, yeah, I was actually just at our old high school to drop off a binder for my brother. And I was like, oh my God, I had no idea you had a trans brother. She had to drop off a binder. I'm gonna delete this account now.
That would literally but also just be my first thought. I mean, to be fair, I'm not from an English-speaking country, so I know binders are also like the folder thingies, but I never hear binder used in that way. I just got so used to it, and you as a trans person in general are probably just used to it being used in the chest compressing type of way versus stuff to put paper in kind of way. So it just seems fair that that's where your mind went to. Does it make sense for school? Maybe. Bro maybe was in a rush this morning and forgot to put on his binder, so you dropped it off so he can get changed in the school bathroom. It would also make sense. Like, sure, yeah, most people use the different kind of binder in school. That also makes sense, but listen, as a trans person, I get that that's where your mind went to.
I think it's funny when people wonder why autistics are so often gender fluid and queer. Like, I haven't figured out how to be a human properly. I am failing the introductory course. I don't know the advanced material.
A group of people who just struggles with societal norms because this shit don't make sense. Who made up these bullshit rules that don't make sense? So, like, how do you expect a group of people to care about that if they just don't? Like, don't come on here with this, oh, humans are social creatures. Yeah, sure, but still, you can't really... You know, it's kind of the same joke of, oh, but you were socialized as this, you were socialized as that. Bro, I'm autistic, I wasn't socialized at all, because it flew right over my head, because I was too busy reading up on my special interests. Like, do I care? No. So, it just makes sense. Because if people already alienate you, by the way, like, if you already feel alienated because people are like, no, but you're different from us, so we're just gonna bully you or just ignore you or whatever, then it kind of really doesn't matter how many things make you different. So it might actually also just be easy to be like, no, I'm just gonna accept that I'm queer, because I still feel like, listen, that a lot of people are bisexual that say they're straight. Because I know it's wrong to presume people's sexualities. It's not this of like, oh no, but most people are bisexual. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying people have an easy time just following what they're told and following what is easy. So if you are like, well, I'm a woman, I'm attracted to men, so I'm just gonna go with that. I'm just gonna do the traditional thing and like find a boyfriend and get married at some point, you know? Because you're attracted to men, then it's easy. Then you don't have to think about the fact that you're also probably maybe wildly attracted to other genders. You know? I'm questioning why people are confused by this. Because yeah, I know people like pushing gender roles on everyone already, and somehow like being worse with trans people, because like, well, if you want to be a woman so bad, why don't you act like one? Like, let her be. And listen, for your job, if you're in engineering, it probably makes more sense to dress in a practical way that isn't super feminine. Like, it'd be kind of inappropriate or impractical to wear skirts or dresses. So why are people confused? People confuse me because people are confused, okay?
We're a lesbian couple. Of course one of us is unhinged with money. We're a lesbian couple. Of course we each have our special little interests. We're a lesbian couple. Of course one of us is always propagating plants. Those look nice. No, I don't have my trowel with me. We're a lesbian couple. Of course I need to stop at every single stationery store. We're a lesbian couple. Of course.
Cole. Can I talk to you about something? I really want to go back to that stationery store.
Why?
Because I want that pen. I can't stop thinking about that pen.
Which pen?
The one, you know.
The $85 pen.
Yeah.
No, Ari, no. We're just going to try it again, okay?
Yeah.
That's it,
Okay.
Ari.
Okay, alright. We'll see. Oh my god.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
I can write you little notes now. I can write you little love letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't before.
No.
Not without that pen.
Exactly.
Yeah, these two seem more functional than a lot of straight couples I have seen. Like, I know a lot of people fight about money in relationships or marriages, but kind of just going with it and being like, well, I love you, and I know this will make you happy, even if I don't personally necessarily get it. And just being accepting of that and, like, being supportive of each other isn't an exclusively queer thing, but I still feel like queer people do it better because, again, if you're already being othered by other people, don't you want to be more supportive of your fellow queer people? I think. I know some people don't, but I think.
I love that every single time cis people try to invent a new trans person to be mad at, they cannot do it without describing the coolest, most attractive person you've ever heard of in your life. Like, you know, you've all seen those TikToks that are like, when a trans guy who has long hair and a full face of makeup and a mini skirt and giant double D titties gets mad at you for misgendering him, it's like, first of all, is the high femme trans guy in the room with us? And second of all, where are you finding them? Because he sounds sexy as fuck.
That's fair. Because why? They just want to be so mad at what other people do in their lives. For what? For why? Like, what does it matter to you? If a trans dude likes being a femboy and likes wearing makeup or dresses or skirts or makeup, like, why do you care? Why do you care? Like, I know these are the people that turn around and call it like a cisgendered femboy and be like, no, but are you sure you don't just want to be a girl? But as soon as a trans girl's like, yeah, no, I'm a girl actually, they're just like, no, you're not, you're just a man in a skirt. It doesn't make sense. These people don't make sense. And again, you don't really have to take it on. But also, fair question, is he in the room with us? Because he sounds very cute.
Not to sound like really stupid, but is the Boston Marathon longer than the LA Marathon?
No, all marathons are the same length. That's like common sense, I fear.
Are you serious?
I'm
This
serious.
somehow ties in nicely to the last TikToks. People like policing other people and other people's bodies and how other people present. And while, yes, a lot of trans guys have dysphoria about their chest and want to get rid of it, which seems fair, but if you literally just don't, if it doesn't make you dysphoric, or you just kind of like having them, then why are people so pressed about it? It's literally just like not your body and not your life. So why do you care so much? Like, I kind of get if these people would like even just like ask why, because they're just curious. But trust me, we can tell if it's just like being curious because you've just like maybe never heard of it before, because you've only heard of like trans people who desperately want to get rid of certain body parts. People can tell if you're asking out of genuine curiosity versus kind of a hostile, why did you do that? Like, I don't believe you're trans anymore just because you're keeping them. Like, we can tell, you know?
Some lady just asked me if I'm a crafter. Like, if I craft? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Until I realized.
I mean, generally, I feel like a lot of lesbians maybe have kind of creative, crafting-like interests or hobbies as well. So maybe you still are, but I love this, of people just being generally confused by it and just being like, scissors, I can only think of crafting right now. I'm not thinking of anyone else or like anything else. It's really sweet somehow. It's really sweet, and I love that you didn't even like think about the fact that you are literally wearing your scissoring bag. Oh well.
Never understood when women go to the doctors and they're asked any chance you could be pregnant, why the doctors don't just believe them when they say no. It's, what method of contraception do you use? Can we do a pregnancy test anyway? I go to the doctors, they always just believe me when I say there's no chance I can be pregnant. Pretty hard for your significant other to get you pregnant. Nay, impossible. How could they possibly know I'm a lesbian? Listen.
This kind of ties back to there are people who either just enjoy being visibly queer or who it just like feels authentic to, like they didn't go out and be like, no, I want to dress extra gay today, and set out to do that. They were just like, I love this outfit. I want to wear this outfit. These clothes are really nice. They make me feel good about myself, and just wear them. But for some people that ends up being a walking pride flag, to the point where even straight people will catch on, because some straight people are just like generally oblivious. But yeah, I feel like your doctor might not believe you if you say you're straight, actually, you know. But still, like, I feel like generally this isn't even just a sexuality thing, it's just people and doctors, because doctors are people, generally not believing women and kind of just trying to second guess everything. So I'm glad you're safe from that to an extent, at least, I guess.
I spent most of my life feeling like I'm a man, but then I realized, what if I'm not a man? I just don't like being a woman. But then I realized I'm just experiencing intense dysphoria from people assigning me traits and roles based on my genitals, but then kind of wanted to come out as non-binary, but I kind of felt weird about it because I was like, I don't know if I actually care what people refer to me as, and plus I know that people are going to assign me the role of woman regardless of how I identify. Then I realized that gender just isn't an important aspect of my identity, and if people perceive me as woman, oh well, because like the title woman doesn't actually mean anything. And the popular understandings of gender are deeply intertwined with white supremacist and patriarchal ideas that I cannot escape alone and must help dismantle. The story of how I went from constantly obsessing over and getting nauseated about perceptions of my physical form to only sometimes doing that. And the story of why it's wild watching other white gender non-conforming people refuse to participate in any effort towards liberation outside of making sure that they specifically are not perceived incorrectly.
This is a good take on passing doesn't matter. Like, I get it. If you have social dysphoria, it might matter to you personally because it just feels really shitty, and you maybe not feel safe if you're not perceived correctly. But, like, in the overall picture, the goal should really be, like, let's just not be dipshits to other people, and let's just work towards liberation so that people just feel comfortable. Because I keep saying, just like, do what feels comfortable for you. Do what feels right to you. Because yes, it's important, and we should be able to do that. But it's just a fact that a lot of people aren't safely to do that. Like, aren't safely able to do that. And are at risk of getting hate crimed if they do it. And that doesn't just apply to queer people, but usually queer people are the ones who break out of those stereotypes and perceptions that other people want them, like, to display. So, yeah. They have a point. I'm just gonna say they, because I forgot to check their profile for pronouns. But listen, yeah. I get very sick and tired of caring what other people perceive me as, because I don't live in the US, I live in Germany. I might get really weird looks whenever I go into a men's bathroom. Like, the amount of times it's literally not even funny anymore that men walk into the bathroom. Like, I'm always just like chilling, washing my hands, and they look at me and go back out to check the door sign and then come in and still look at me really weirdly or make weird comments about it. But I don't think I have too much of a reason to feel so unsafe that I'm gonna get hate crimed. So I guess I'm lucky that way, you know, but still, the fact that that even still happens, that people aren't just like, well, I mean, I'm sure you know what bathroom you're in, is pathetic, really. But I know a lot of people are still very stuck somewhere in the past, you know? So yeah, we should really make efforts together to change that, so people can literally just go about their lives doing what feels best to them and wearing what clothes feel comfortable to them without constantly having to overthink if they might get hate crime for it, if they're just gonna be stared at all day or have people throw things or whatever. You know, like, we should work towards a future where that doesn't actually happen anymore. You know, generally I feel like, sure, making like silly little YouTube videos about it isn't gonna change the world, but I still feel like it's a start, and it's honestly kind of part of the reason I started this channel in the first place, if only to give queer people, and maybe especially like younger queer people who maybe don't have like a safe environment, like a little place where they can come to kind of recharge and just know they're not alone and know that it can get better. You know? Anyways, that went more deep than I was expecting it to when I started this video, but that's okay. That's okay. I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope you're hydrated. I hope you're safe. I hope you had and you're still having a great Prime Month, and I'll be back in a few days with my next video.